Hello everybody, this is Cresso and I'm here for another topic. This is an interesting one. The title of this clip is called Consciousness Overturns Court Systems. Yeah, I really love that title. I like that. It just brings freedom. Love it. I've been thinking about doing this clip for a little bit. And now I'm finally doing it. I recorded a lot of clips recently though, but this particular topic, it's been on my mind here and there. So anyway, I'm gonna definitely talk about the core systems, that's been around humanity for a very long time, and basically it's a comes with things. It's a paradigm that we created. I created it too, I will say that I created the judge, this function of a judge, or the juries, the prosecutors, the defense lawyer, all that, the defendants, the idea, all those things within this paradigm. I created, just like you all created it, people. So yeah, I'm going to definitely talk about my take on it, and basically I'm going to express what I envision. That consciousness overturns the core systems, and yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of breakdown, my take on the whole paradigm. Where to start? Let's see. Well, it all boils down to you people and myself. The idea of justice. We grew up, taking pride in this idea of justice, right? But then, when I see things through spiritually in a much more of a different lens, this idea of justice that we created comes with a double-edged sword, or maybe you could say catch-22. And what I mean is, I'll say this. You need to be a victim no matter what you've been through, whether it's you or your loved ones, right? You need to be a victim to get what you deserve. I find that very interesting the more I think about that. And but let's just say you get your justice, right? And it's a question that I wanted to say to everybody that's listening to this clip. Take it in what I'm saying, okay? And think this through. My question to you, are you at peace with yourself? And let's just say you got your justice, right? Right? You got that little celebration dance in the courtroom, okay? Or let's just say somebody experienced somebody getting the electric chair. Well, they don't have electric chairs these days, but they got this needle stuff and a little bit of semi-electric stuff, whatever. All right? Are you at peace with yourself? That's something that I really want you to think about this to yourself. And, break it down. Be open with yourself. Be open, honest with yourself. Because I'm going to say this, people, my idea of the justice system, the whole idea of justice is it doesn't do anything good for anybody in the long run. Yes, you get that little victory dance, right? Everybody say, hey, hooray, yeah, justice. And then you got your lawyers talking to the media, and everybody is so happy. Whatever. But in the long run, I observe from a lot of people, and I know a few people here and there. In the long run, you have a problem letting go. Right? You've seen cases like that. Let's say, for example, on TV. Somebody been through something, And I'm not talking about a TV show. I'm talking about something that happened outside of a TV show. But people have a problem letting go. Whether through maybe somebody that got, I don't know, I mean, you got all kinds of cases, okay? Whether somebody was a victim as a whistleblower, got threats, had this big court case, whether your loved one passed on, and then you see someone that got the, let's say, electrocution, whatever, electric chair. All right, I'll just say that. I see a lot of people have a little problem letting go. Now, this may not apply to everybody, what I'm saying, but I'm just, I'm giving examples here now. And, a lot of us, we think that, this idea of justice, you think that this is the only way to be. Because we grew up accepting this idea. Especially here, for example, especially in the States, United States. So you gotta be a victim to get what you deserve. It's really very twisted. It's interesting, but it's twisted in so many ways. And I want to go back what I was saying about the, what I just mentioned about this electric chair. Whether you believe or not, whether you think the person's going to go to hell, whatever. But I just wanted to throw this out there. I did mention this to people on my other clips. Nobody dies. So let's just say you've seen somebody on an electric chair. The person's not really dead. They're basically in another dimension. And if you think that it's because of you have something to do with it, no, it's because the person that got electrocuted, that person basically planted it all the way from the beginning, from his experience or her experience. In other words, the outcome of your life, I'm gonna make this really short and sweet. How you going to go, okay? Let's just say you left this earth or this dimension through electric chair. It's by your doing. You planned it out that way. You may not see it that way. You might think this is fantastic. Like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. The person that got electrocuted, that person, that was the plan from the beginning. It's not because of the ruling. You think because of some ruling. You think because of the effort of the prosecutor or the whatever, the DA's office, whatever. Or it's the judge that plays a little hammer. Bang his little hammer. That has nothing to do with that. Person basically decided in spirit, I'm gonna go out like this. This is how I'm gonna end my human experience this way. Again, I know you're gonna be scratching your head hearing this. Never heard of something like this before. I guess with a lot of us, we believe that one person dictates the other person's future. That's why I realize a lot of people don't believe that you're in control of your own destiny. And I tell people, and even myself, that I am in control of my destiny. On the physical plane, you and I, we may not know exactly how some things will turn out, but in spirit, I'm pretty sure, I could tell you in spirit, I'm pretty sure how I could say how my experience will end. But on a physical plane, I'm going to just say, well, I don't think it's going to work out. I don't know if that's going to happen that way. I don't know. I just want to throw it out there about this whole idea about people feeling like they're responsible and feeling all guilted out. Let's say some people are guilted out about whether they, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't really want this person to die, but I just wanted justice. Like I said, people, the person in that chair, that person planned it out that from the beginning. So again, it's not really because of you in a sense. It's kind of, it's very tricky for the human mind to understand. It really is, And so yeah, it's the thing is that this justice system, it really never bridged our community together. You know, being a victim doesn't really do the trick. You know, it really doesn't. You know, whether you try to seek justice and you didn't get it, you're still going through a number of cases of situations. You know, the idea about getting a lawyer. You know, a lot of us are feeling a certain way because we have to find a particular lawyer. We have to spend a lot of those greenbacks. You know, we got to spend a amount of money to get the best lawyer in town. All that, you know, we gotta defend ourselves. You know, a lot of us, we are afraid of the judge, okay? And we're afraid of that. What kind of prosecutor you're gonna be facing? Uh-oh. And I'm like, you know, I look at this stuff. It's like, wow, this is all a game that we played on ourselves. I'm gonna express to you in the end why, and I'm gonna express to you how consciousness overturns these court systems. And when I get to that point, it's going to be very simple. But, you know, I know it's going to be confusing. It's confusing what I just said. That if you're hearing this, that how? What do you mean how? Okay. What do you mean how the consciousness overturned the court system? You see, when I mention things like future tense, I'm speaking as of now. Okay. In spirit. I don't really go by the two eyes, the physical two eyes, and say, "Oh my God, it's still here." No. I'm gonna break it down to you how consciousness overturned the court system. So each one of us, we have stories of ourselves about whatever we're going through, how we handle situations with other people. Okay, we hold on to things that could basically be worked out. I'm going to give some examples. I'm going to give some example, and keep in mind, I'm not a lawyer, nor do I care to be a lawyer, okay? And no, I'm not going to give any legal advice, okay? I'm just expressing to you about the court systems and this whole legal stuff and my take on it, and basically these ideas definitely hold us back. So I'm going to express some things here, okay? You want to sue somebody, right, for whatever reason, right, and you want to sue somebody for, let's just say, an injury, okay, but you want to sue more than that, you know, something that would be worth such and such dollars, whatever, but you want to sue like millions of dollars. You want to be wealthy. You know, some of you that succeeded. You got your millions of dollars and all that. But, you know, these are the choices that we make, you know. It's not good for the soul to basically live as a victim. Even though it's all a game, it's just not good. This whole thing with the lawsuit, it's a lack mentality. I expressed a little bit of the lack mentality of my other clip of the human paradigm. I look at it like this. Money is not an object, meaning there's no issue with money. You get hurt somewhere, right? The company compensate you. People looking out for each other. Why do a lawsuit even begins in the first place? Whether the person that you're suing, whether the person agrees of a situation or not. There's two things that comes down to. One, you put a salary cap on yourself, okay? And I'm talking about, for example, the corporation, the people that you're suing, and also the victim, okay? You put a salary cap on both sides now. You limit money. Okay? It's two things like this. It's like this. You get hurt, you slip and fall. You don't have the money to take care of yourself, right? And you have an idea. You have an agreement to yourself that you're poor. So you have to go about things in a certain way in order to be wealthy. So basically, money defines you, right? So you want that millions of dollars so bad, right? The person that's being sued, let's say the person doesn't agree, and the corporation got its armies of lawyers. Let's just say it's a lack. It's fear. It's afraid. The company's afraid. They're not going to admit that, obviously. Nor they're going to say, "Oh, it's my fault. Oh, I'm sorry." You know. Also, there's a lack again of money. Companies are not. There's some cases that some companies are not going to just willing to give you the money. Like, here, okay, look, I'm going to look out for you. So look, I'll take care of this for you. Don't worry. You don't ever have to worry. And you know what, people? It's a beautiful vision. You know what I envision is that, that even though money is not an object for anybody, the beautiful thing is that the fact that, let's say, you do have a lot of money, right? You're wealthy. Yet you have another wealthy person that said, "Look, hey, I'll take care of this. Don't worry." That's a great feeling. It is. Doesn't have to be a stressful thing. Doesn't have to be a feeling like, "Oh, I'm going to lose this money. I got to defend myself. I'm going to lose millions." Not really. So we put a salary cap on ourselves. Those things, for example, that kind of helps basically elevate the whole court system. It's all about money. And you know it, people. It's not just placing yourself in a victim role, but it's a lack of money. Okay? You got people like, you got juries. You got people that got this, I'm talking about people. You got people getting this jury notice. Uh-oh, you got to show up. And a lot of you don't want to go to this jury. You kind of figure out a system that basically to get yourself out of the selection. Or if you're selected, if you at the place, this court building, you're already developing a way. And I'm like, my thing is that why you have to go through all this, people? Why you have to con your way into not going? If you don't want, let's just put it this way. Some of you may agree, some of you may not. But let's just put it this way. A great deal of you don't like the idea of a jury, or you don't want to go. People, you put it there, you can remove it. There's nobody can stop you. I don't care if there's 3 judges or 4 judges from the Supreme Court. It doesn't matter. You put it there, people, you can remove it. Okay? So there's no reason why people have to run and hide for the jury. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's not really complicated, the things that I'm saying to you, people. It's basically, the overall thing about it is just letting go. Is basically working things out with your fellow man. And know that everything basically works out on all parties. Also, another thing about this whole thing with the court system is competition. I did create a clip on competition, but if you think about it, if you break the paradigm down into pieces, you got competition. You got one lawyer boast about how many win streaks he or she has, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that, people, you know that. Those of you listening to that you observe this type of practice, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of drama. A lot of drama, a lot of excitement. This is the stuff that we put together. It's the stuff that we put together. Got the juries, got the prosecutors, defense lawyers, coming up with all these fantastic stories that defend their clients. All that. Prosecutors just like a Terminator, just going in, just trying to make sure this person is taken down. Yeah, all that. All those things, people. And it's like, you know, people, life, I'm going to tell you this. Life is so simple. It really is. It's amazing. Life is like a wonderful flow. But when you decide to be a victim, again, I emphasize this word victim, and holding on and doing all kinds of things, your life is going to be pretty hectic, if you know what I mean. You know? And we know this. That's the thing. We all know this. We take on this idea, right? We take this idea on. It's been passed on to generation to generation. We all accepted this. We all think that's just the way it is. We have to have a court system, this whole structure. I mean, the thing is, people, this whole court system is another egotistic idea that we put together. Then we got the judge. Oh, don't think I'm going to forget about that part of the paradigm. We have the judge that we call, Your Honor, may I please state my case, Your Honor? Yes, we got the judge. That's another big ego. That paradigm, that's a big old ego within that paradigm. So the judge think he or she has the power. Backed up with lawmakers, another egotistic idea that we created. So the judge think it's basically, let's just put it this way, just, fair, right? So we got somebody that's playing some sort of God character over another being, which is consciousness. It's amazing. Wow, you know. You know, we do judge each other ourselves every day. You know that, people. But the fact that somebody placed themselves in such a position, it's like, I never really, you know, growing up, I used to watch these TV court shows, and I got to a point that I don't like these programs. I think mainly it's the way the whole thing is. Now, I know the TV show I'm in debate. I don't think it's like the real thing, whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's just the whole structure is just about the same, you know. I'm not gonna name names, but you know a lot of these court TV shows. And one of the things that really, at the time, that really kind of edged me on is the position of a judge. It's the pride, the ego. Got that hammer, slam that hammer, and everybody, you're all in agreement into this. You place yourself afraid of a judge. You agree to it, people. Just like the people that place themselves in that function as a judge. You think that you're basically doing great. Yeah, you're not really looking at your own ego very well. I myself, I can never be in that position. I can't. I mean, what I know now about life, and I'm talking about life that you don't see with your two eyes. It's like life is infinite. Why would I place myself in an egotistic position just to basically push my weight around? Just to show that I have some sort of power over somebody. I make the rule. I do this. I bang my hammer. Okay. But life is much more than, you know, having that black robe, sitting in that little high chair right there. You know, life is much more than that. Life is much more being a victim, people. It really is. So, we all know that the court system is very corrupt. That's another thing. You don't know that. Some of you get outraged about the court system. Some of you get outraged about the judge, right? You're so right about something and then you felt like you wasn't treated right. So you got a double whammy. You went to court, you took on a victim role to go to court in the first place, and then you think you have a case, right? Then what? The judge just threw out the case. Oh, wow. You walking away with a double whammy. You feel like you just didn't get the justice that you deserve. So you just got another double whammy of a victim mentality all over again. See what I mean, people? That's just an example. When we create these paradigms, right, attached to victimhood, okay, people, it comes with things. I emphasize that in my clips. You're looking at this, you're hearing this clip, and you're probably laughing. Maybe nobody never expressed themselves about this whole court system, you know. And if they did, great. I haven't heard anybody. But I'm inspired. I'm inspired to create this clip because it's because what I envision spiritually. So I'm just excited to share this to people. So you can laugh and think that what I'm saying to you is impossible, or what I'm talking about, or I'm crazy. I don't really care. You know, if you're basically hiding behind your own ego and you think that this is the only way to be, okay, you know, you're freedom, people. You are truly freedom. So yeah, you know, you know, when we create these paradigms, like I said, it comes with things. The saying that goes with this, you know, it comes with the territory. All kinds of things. Wow, you know. We go to court, we got landlord's court, you got divorce court. And then, speaking about, let's just say, okay, you got divorce court. Then you got other cases, okay? The judge places him or herself in a position to tell you that you need to go to drug rehab, or you need to take care of your kids, right? So you need, this kind of goes back on my human paradigm, the rules and regulation. You need to be told. You need to be told how to conduct your life. You see, people, what I talk about, I have my joy is to inspire people. To inspire people to empower themselves because of who we are. But if you like the paradigm, people, if you like a judge to tell you how to conduct your life, okay, it's your choice. You know? People get outrageous about how they got a ruling about their kids, custody of their kids, go to drug rehab, or whatever cases, whatever it is. We all have responsibilities to take on, people. We all have the responsibility, you know? But I do envision something else for everybody. I do. I'm trying to cover a lot of things. I don't want to get too technical with the legal stuff, because to me, the legal stuff is like, it's just, you know, this whole thing with the legal thing, people, I feel that it breeds a lack of trust. It really breeds a lack of trust to one another. It does, people. Yes, you want to have an agreement. You know, you want to talk about things. Yes, yes. We all want some sort of an agreement, but this legal stuff, I gotta tell you something, people. These things make us very small, very limited paradigm. Please look up the word paradigm. I know I use that word a lot. You'll probably, those that never heard of it, probably wonder, what does this word mean? Please look it up, okay? Yeah, it's like, wow, you know, it's like humanity is just so hell-bent about this whole court system. Doesn't matter what kind of court system. It could be landlord court, you know? Got this whole thing about being served. Or let's just say you got a judge, you pushing his or her weight around about approving some sort of warrant, and then the lawmakers go after you. Yeah, the lawmakers, not the lawmakers, excuse me, the law enforcers, excuse me. So you got the judge, you know, you got the judge signing a warrant. And, you know, this is stuff we created, people. You know? These ideas, people, I'm going to tell you straight up, these things are there not by default. Everything is changeable. And I'm going to get to that very soon. Very shortly. Very shortly. So, yeah, you know, the core system is a mixture of competition, egotistic, victimhood, and a lack mentality of money, for example. We put a salary cap on ourselves. You know, the core systems, people, is not designed to better our world. It's not. You know, don't get fooled, people, about this idea of justice. Justice doesn't mean absolutely nothing in the long run. Again, for those that got that little victory dance, it may feel good for the moment, right? But in the long run, it's not going to do you very well in the long run. It's not. We have a tendency, a lot of us, not all, but a good number of us have a tendency of not letting go. There are a lot of people that got justice, like I said before in the beginning of this clip. And yet they still feel a certain way. But again, I'm going to say this. But didn't the idea of justice didn't fulfill? It didn't fulfill your, you know, your pain. No, it doesn't, people. Do you know who could basically eliminate the idea of pain or moving on? You know who has the power to do all that? More than a judge, more than anybody, more than the 4-star prosecutor that helped won your case. Do you know who could really give you a peace of mind, people? Guess. You're the one to give yourself a peace of mind. It's not just the mind, but the spirit. You're the one, people. Everything, people. Everything that I just say in this clip so far, everything boils down to you. It does. It really does. I won't get to every example about different court cases. I'm not gonna really go there. I try to come up with examples, and I just give some good examples I can think of at the moment. But I want to just emphasize certain things, what it does to us when we allow these things. You know, nobody shouldn't be in a position to tell you what you need to be doing. Okay. I don't support that paradigm of the court system, obviously, for creating this clip. because I see things much greater than that. Okay. You know, this is now I'm going to get to how consciousness basically overturns this whole court system. What I envision right now, people, is that, you see, it goes like this. I envision everybody, every person from all walks of life understands they're worthy, understand that they're deserving, understands that they are prosperity. Do you know what those things mean, people? This is what you are. You're deserving. You're worthy. You're prosperity. And there's more. You're connected. You are connected, people. Every one of you, every single one of you came from Source. Source of all things. So the judge, the one that have his chin up or her chin up, love the sound, love this word, Your Honor. Well, Your Honor, you are connected to that person that's either a defendant or whoever. You, Your Honor, you are no powerful than the next person, because you and the other person, okay, are consciousness. I say this in my other clip. It's not meant for man to have authority over another man. It's not. That's why you got all these lawbreakers. It's pretty obvious. It took me a while to understand this, but I do now. Everybody in the courtroom, even the audience that's there, or the juries, even the person that's typing the report, forgot what they call that function. Even the court officers. Oh, the person that's typing, I think that's called a clerk. What do they call? I think whatever. But anyway, everybody is consciousness. We took on these roles, people, because we didn't know who we were at the moment. We think that's just the way it is. Get your little justice, fighting for that justice, playing the victim role. And you think that that's all there is to life. This is the only way to be. We limit ourselves with these ideas, but you see, that's the thing with consciousness. I emphasize this in my other clip, people. The human paradigm is a self-discovery for consciousness. All these things, all the ideas, all these limited ideas that we created, doesn't matter if it's limited or not, every idea is from consciousness. Everything is just a game. You might think that I shouldn't be calling this a game. It is a game. Spiritually, it's a game. So people, what I was saying before, people are connected. People are love. I envision when people rediscover who they are, they're not going to observe these core systems. People are going to work things out with themselves. If it's needed as a mediator, a spiritual mediator, that's great. But other than that, what I envision right now is people working things out. People are powered to let go. Because a lot of you understand the truth of all things. It's not fantastical. It's not something that you have to wait. Oh my God, maybe one day. No, this is what I envision right now. This is what I envision. So yes, I do envision also myself. I envision me and everybody, every single one of you. One of the biggest parties that we're having is that we're closing down every single court building around the world. That's one of our biggest party. That's right, people. And for those that went to law school for 7 years, I'm pretty sure that you are intelligent. You're very brilliant people. I'm pretty sure that you will find something else to do. So yeah, you know, it's just amazing. This is what I envision. You know, because, you know, again, I don't see things with just with the human eyes. I see things spiritually. And for those that's listening, that observe religion, faith, no, it's not basically waiting for some savior to come down and whatever. No. I believe that all of us shift into something greater. Yep. We shift into a different level. That's it. We're all connected. I emphasize this again. Every single one of you that's listening to this clip, you are all connected. The person that you, whatever, you know, that was responsible, right? Or you think you're responsible for putting that person in the, what do they call it? The electric chair. You and that person are connected. Yeah, that person's consciousness too. Yep. All the convicted felons and all the people that's been prosecuted, all those people. The animals that you describe and all those people. Every single one of those people and you are consciousness. You're listening to this clip, right? Those that have an open mind and at the point of letting go of old ideas or limiting ideas, you're thinking about this and say, well, you know, this is I have a different perspective. This is different. Again, I don't know anybody that expressed himself like this on YouTube about the core system. I don't know. There's so many video clips on YouTube. But if there is, great. I just have it in me to inspire everybody because this is what I see spiritually. And I'm excited. I am. Because you see, people, something I didn't mention. You see, when I see things spiritually, okay, it's like this. You know, when you imagine something, when you use your imagination, you kind of feel like you're in a daydream. You see, you're creating something because you're creators. When you have an idea inside of you, or let's say within spirit, and it comes out in the physical form, the idea manifests. So what I'm trying to say is that when I say that I envision we as consciousness overturn the core system, is that it happens already spiritually and then it manifests physically. So yeah, that's what I mean. People are willing to work things out. People are connected. People are fearless. People let go of the idea of justice because you understand the truth of life. Life is infinite. When you think of life infinite, it really puts you in a different perspective. It does, people. I did it. I envision that you doing it too. I am no different than you people. So I think that's it for this clip. I'm excited. I'm just glad I expressed myself to everybody. And yeah, I know this is a very emotional topic for a lot of people that's listening to this. But you know, thank you for listening, and I'll definitely be back with another great topic. Take care.